November the 19th, 2018. You're looking at our new website called bpheadlinenews.com. Now, I want to go over a couple things here, and then I've got some, I think, very important news that started coming out yesterday that I want to talk about. First, you notice your links for YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, Vimeo, Facebook, and then here is the Q-Post links. Remember that. Check all of these out. Now, one thing about Patreon is we don't have a paywall. You have that option. A lot of people use it, but we don't use it. Important news should be free to everyone. But what it does do, and we thank all of you guys that do support us there, but one thing about Patreon, guys, it sends out the alerts for when a new video goes up that YouTube had gotten pretty bad about, to be quite honest with you. So many people constantly kept saying that they weren't getting alerts. And let me say this, I'm subscribed to many of you guys out there that do videos, and I'm not getting my alerts, and I know how to ring the bell. You hit subscribe, then you ring the bell. And so I don't really know what's going on that. Captain Matthew, you're one of them, just my friend. But what we're doing, again, on this site, you've got breaking headline news that is a little different. It's a lot like some of the link news sites that you see, except you're not going to see Hollywood, okay? You're not going to see NFL. You're not going to see Saturday Night Live. You're not going to have to look at those ugly mugs, okay? Time is much shorter than the diversions that mainstream offers. Also, before I get into the story, our main supporters as far as on our site is Alexa Pure water filtration systems through my Patriot Supply. Guys, never in history could you get this $249 system for $99. That's including a 5,000-gallon filter. Think about that price. Excellent Christmas present. If you don't have one, get one. This thing can save your life. It's extremely light when it's not full of water. Weighs a few pounds. You can throw it in the car, go camping with it, bug out with it. If you got a fresh water supply, this thing will clean your water. But what I use it for now is I put all my tap water through it for my ice, tea, coffee, cooking water, anything like that. And it takes all of the chlorine taste. It's got 99.9% of anything, bacteria, a lot of chemicals are taken out because it's a pure solid charcoal filter. Let me say this also, if you come down under the comment section, I put a video right here, guys. When I got my Alexa Pure filter, which I consider the best in the world, when I finally ordered me one a little over a year ago, I noticed that it was fast at filtering the water through as far as a large charcoal filter that's just gravity fed. But when you got the bottom tank full, it would run out of air and you would lose the flow when you were trying to fill up the pitcher. And so we cut that time down from about 20 minutes for a gallon of water to about 45 seconds because we added this Aquaflow Max tube here. It basically is designed to fit into your stainless steel tank. It screws on. There's no holes you got to drill. It's all set up to fit in the existing plugs in the top tank. In other words, the top tank is set up with 4 plugs to where you could put as many as 4 filters in there if you wanted to. And that would increase your flow rate, but it would not increase the outflow rate. We had to pull air back into the bottom tank, and we did this through the Aquaflow Max. Guys, it's very inexpensive at $19.95, but most people that get the Alexa Pure water filter end up getting the the Aquaflow Max. It makes a big difference. Watch the video here and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now for, I think, some of the most important news, and I've got to say I'm very proud of the folks that come in here on our comment section because they are patriots. They're on top of the news, and they're like kind of like me. Don't really want to talk about Hollywood and the NFL. But I want to go over some of the information coming in from last night that's continuing now, and I think it's important. But we started talking about this right here, and I brought it up. I had read something on the X-22 report about it. So I went to the U.S. Embassy Haiti website, and they're getting, and they have been doing it for several weeks now. But now it looks like the U.S. military has taken over the international airport in Haiti. This is from last night. I'm going to go and show you the one from today. But it's demonstration alert, U.S. Embassy, Port-au-Prince, Haiti, November 18th. It was there also. You have a demonstration alert, then they will come out with a security alert. And in this security alert, the people were told in our embassies to shelter in place. Now, this started after the earthquake, and I think the importance of this is that the people are in mass riots. We have seen Haitians at the White House with the signs saying, "Thank you, President Trump, for not letting the Clintons back into the White House. They have raped our country of billions of dollars." And they did it through the Clinton Foundation, Red Cross, and it's a major child trafficking center. And all of that's been taken down. But right now, the people are so tired of living in poverty when all the money was put together to help them recover from one of the worst earthquakes in history. And the Clinton Foundation pretty much stole most of it. So we've been waiting for after the midterm elections to start seeing some sealed indictments be unsealed. That may be what we're dealing with here with the Clinton Foundation, Haiti, and the Red Cross. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see that also we added in here that this is from Corey Lynn, and it is a Twitter account. It's saying U.S. forces have taken control of the international airport in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. They continued, said, "I was receiving reports on this over the weekend while I was away, but there's more to the story not being reported on this." And I think that, again, Clinton Foundation. Now, that was last night. Let's go to this morning's U.S. Embassy website there in Haiti. And it says, security alert, U.S. Embassy, Port-au-Prince, Haiti, November 19th, 2018. But guys, notice down through here, through November, October, for months, it's been getting worse and worse. The people have been protesting. We have clowns in place. Or we are dealing with, let me say this, the remains of total destruction brought about by the queen of the damned and the clowns. But you can see they've been getting in trouble. But let's look at today's warning. Security alert, November 19th. It says locations, Port-au-Prince, events. The embassy has lifted its shelter-in-place order for American employees. That was late yesterday afternoon. To report to from work only as of 9 a.m. on Monday, November 19th. The consular section remains open for emergency American citizens, called ACS, only. For routine U.S. citizen services, please reschedule your appointment online or write to ASPAP at state.gov to request a new appointment date time. Guys, the links are here, and I'll put the link to this web page in the description of the video. It says American employees continue to be prohibited from traveling within Haiti beyond a 15-mile radius of the embassy without prior chief of mission approval. Actions to take. Do not attempt to drive through barricades or protest. Avoid large gatherings of people. Guys, there's barricades on the road. They're pouring oil on the roads. They're setting them on fire. They're hijacking vehicles. Now, I don't know how much, if there's any clown residue left, if you know what I mean there, or the people just at their end of their rope with being raped, their children taken, all of their resources stolen by the queen of the damned, who was almost the U.S. president if they could have cheated her in. Which, by the way, thank God that Ron DeSantis has gotten finally cleared to be the governor of Florida, and Mr. Scott's going to be the senator. That is a great thing because it was about to go downhill very fast. And let's talk about these indictments. I think more and more of these Democrats are going to be starting to go down. President went after Adam Schiff. He didn't spell it that way yesterday. Instead of two F's, it was two T's on Twitter. Let's take a look at that, because it could be an indicator of what's about to happen. The reason I say that, Trump said that he's used social media to go around Operation Mockingbird, mainstream media. And these in particular caught my attention. They, if you start at the bottom, this is where he was addressing Adam Schiff. He said, "So funny to see little Adam Schiff, Democrat California, talking about the fact that acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker was not approved by the Senate, but not mentioning the fact that Bob Mueller, who is highly conflicted, was not approved by the Senate either." Think about that. And so he has his way of shutting the mouths of these socialist Democrats that want to see our country destroyed. And before we get to the next two, and it's about the caravans in Tijuana, I saw an interview, I think it may have been Tucker Carlson, and the head reporter at Univision. You've seen him, he's a Spanish guy, very anti-Trump. And a few days before the first waves, I think there's about 6,000 people piling into Tijuana now from Honduras. But he was saying it was friendly people, they were welcome, and Mexico was rushing them through. Remember the videos, guys, all the buses and getting them through as if they were helping them. They were really helping them. They wanted them to come into the U.S. and help take down the U.S., but they wanted them out of their country. But Trump, if you go to the top of this, it says catch and release is an obsolete term. It is now catch and detain. Illegal immigrants trying to come into the USA, often proudly flying the flag of their nations that they're fleeing from as they ask for U.S. asylum, will be detained or turned away. Dems must approve border security and wall now. Now, again, these were yesterday, and that's going to have to do with the funding for the next few years and on this border security. And they're going to, Trump said it may be a good time to shut the government down over this funding bill. And then in the middle, it started yesterday or maybe Saturday, Mexican people in Tijuana were holding protest against the caravans because they're packing in the streets, filling up the stadiums, camping out on the sidewalks. People can't get out of the door. The mayor of Tijuana, Mexico, just stated that the city is ill prepared to handle this many migrants. The backlog could last 6 months. Likewise, the U.S. is ill prepared for this invasion, and we will not stand for it. They're causing crime and big problems in Mexico. Go home. Oh, it backfired on you guys, didn't it? I'd like to see the Univision reporter talk about this, but it did backfire. They wanted to help them. They wanted to run them through the borders. They were part of the New World Order. Guys, this tri-axis of nations, beginning with Iran, going into South and Central America, to take down the U.S., is very strong and powerful. But thank God we have a president and the people behind him that are aware of what's going on. In the protests yesterday, the crowd was chanting, Donald Trump was right. This is not a caravan. This is an invasion. But they let them in one door, and when they got to the back door, Trump shut it. So now they're in your house. Don't like it, do you? But before this, we were racist. But now it's Mexico that has the term racism. But you won't hear that in mainstream. You won't hear it from the Democrats. But that's the truth. And just quickly on the Thanksgiving weather situation, guys, this already for the Northeast has been predicted to be the coldest Thanksgiving since 1901. Think about that. Arctic vortex has dipped. We've got massive cold air that's building. We're going into grand solar minimum. We're going into a cooling phase. We've already broke records here in Mississippi and Texas just last week over record colds for that time of year. Now, this is going to be the coldest day of the year and the coldest Thanksgiving. They're saying here if you winds exceed 23 miles an hour with gust 34, there won't be any balloons in the parade. That's not any big deal and all. But, guys, with 20-degree weather and the wind chill going to put it into the teens, is it worth it? You better think about that before you spend a lot of money and time trying to go to into this big city because the streets are going to be frozen. Bridges are going to be in trouble. It's going to be a nightmare. Anyway, I'll do a report on this probably today with kind of a full look at the nation and the Northern Hemisphere on what we're dealing with. The sun's doing some strange things, and they were unpredicted, and that could really add to this cooling. Watching it, you watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.